Hello, hello, hello. I am in a blur tonight. Hey Saul. So I thought this was fitting. I just thought it looked cool in the background. So I'm on my daughter's stuff. I know put Pointer Lover. Hey Caddy Texas. Hey Unique. Hey Beetle Maniac. Punk Cat. Unpopular opinion. Um, First and foremost, we know why we're all here. Uh, Rest in peace to Kylie. My prayers are with her family and Punk Cat, her family and friends and um, those that had to, hey Amber, those that had to search for her because I don't think you can quite comprehend, at least I can't, what it's like to do a job like that and stumble upon a young girl like that. Um, we wanted closure. I guess we all hung out, like had held on to a little bit of hope that would the outcome would be better. But so let's kind of talk about it. So she was found in Prosser Lake. I will say that Adventures with a Purpose, when they first posted it, they put that it was found. I did not mean to say it. She was found in Prosser Lake, and then they deleted that for some reason. Hey LFT, I don't know if that's just because they were worried. I'm sure that media and everything were like, bombarding it. So that was probably a lot to do with it. But you guys did say, and I was skeptical that Adventures with a Purpose would find her. If anyone was going to find her, it was her. Hey, S. Hockett. Hey, SA. So they did. I mean, if you think about it, you got to factor in the time difference, right? So they just started looking today. And it's a 3 hour time difference. Well, for me, it is. So, like, hey, Tara and Tricia. So if they found her, it was 2:43 they were announced. I mean, guys, that was hours. Um, Everyone's saying like, well, how didn't law enforcement find her? That doesn't make sense. Yada yada yada. Well, it doesn't really. So I think we can gauge two things from it. One thing is right, Sal. It's 5:30 there. Exactly, Pointer Lover. The more I thought about it, and I was like, man, the media and stuff would be there. But couple things. One thing I think we can say that they aren't trained, right? But the other thing that I want us to be cognitive of is although we were being told that there was a ton of people searching and stuff, people on the ground the last few days are saying different. And video is showing, based on this Steve, the investigator, that there wasn't a ton of people searching. So towards the end here in the last week. But did they just get there? Yeah, I'm sure that's why they deleted it. So I want to talk about. So she was found in the lake, and they haven't said the exact location. That's what I figured, Trisha. That's what I figured. So they haven't said the exact location, but through kind of Punket helping me and figuring things out, I think we have a pretty good idea. Um, I don't have enough information yet to say whether or not I think there was some sort of something happened there that somebody did this or whatever. I don't know enough yet to make that judgment. Yes, please, Saul, please do that. Okay, but I've got a whole bunch of tabs to show y'all. So I did a couple things. I wanted to make sure we had all our ducks in a row. So one of the things I did is I looked up hey Rody Gal, I looked up the moon phase as it was that night on August 5th into the 6th. So it was a half moon. So I went ahead and looked for a picture of what Prosser Lake would look like under light with a half moon. I couldn't exactly find it, but I think I have a pretty good idea. So I want to show you guys though just how dark it is there, what she had seen here. Okay, so if you check this out here, y'all, that is what it would look like, Prosser Lake, if you're in the campground at night. Now, that's pretty dark. Okay, so that's the moon, obviously. I'm pretty smart like that. Oh, hey, Solo. I totally understand that. If I missed saying hello, I'm super sorry. But, and we have this tent. This isn't any relation. It's just, but you guys can see how dark it is driving. And that campground doesn't have any type of electrical hookup from what I've read. Now, maybe Saul might know better and he could check on that for me if you don't mind. But from what I've heard, it is pitch black. Okay, so that is that picture. I just love my daughter's computer. It's so awesome. Okay, so now let's go. I want to go to what Punkette did up for us. And bear with me. Okay, well, first off, I want you to see, so this is an image of where, so it's alleged the party was over in this area. So this is an image of where the boat ramp is, if you can see here. So what I am imagining is that she took the wrong, and we'll get into better maps in this, took the wrong turn outside of the party and ended up there. Now, how do I get out of that one? One second. Let's go to the other image. So this is what Punkette came up with. So, oh, it's not letting me zoom in. I can have her come up and share it. But here's the boat ramp, and she went out and did how many feet they said. But I need her to come up and share it because, okay. So here you can see the boat ramp. Wait, I better make sure you guys are seeing this. You are. Okay, so you can see where the boat ramp is. But what I want to show you is actually a little bit better because I'm going to have her show that. We did that one. So here I want you to see, so this is where the boat ramp is, and it's alleged, I believe, that she went in there, and we can assume that it was within the area, because they're within that area at some point. Hold on, I missed it. It's still pretty dark. Me too. Start with the shoes in the water drunk. Yeah. Hey, Emily. No, 14 feet deep, but not how far. Right, 14 feet deep, and they said a couple 100 yards or something like that from the actual campground. But let me also pull up Google Earth because that'll give us a better idea. I just love these maps and stuff. It's been said about, so that was the other thing that was weird to me though, Pointer Lover, is because remember Punkette went ahead and did the depth chart, and at 961 feet is when it went down to 57 feet based on if you were to come off the boat ramp. Okay, so I looked up how many 961 feet is, I can't talk, and it comes out to be about 300 yards. So the only thing I can think of is that they're saying 300 yards from the actual campground, which might be a little different because the 14 feet of water is kind of catching me off guard. Oh, thanks, Boyd Mama. Yes, so Sandy, I also looked into that a little bit because I wanted to understand how does a car flip over in the water. So I had all these theories about she must have driven down, hit a bank, not made the turn, and flipped like that over. However, when I looked into it, it said that if you go into the water, because of the motor, you actually, it like nosedives that way, and so it goes down that way, and that causes it to flip. So I learned something. Oh, thanks, Trisha. 300 yards. Okay, so Pointer Lover, that probably made her right towards the edge of the 57 feet. All right, let's look at Google. I said it. Here we go. All right, so here is the campground. And here's the boat ramp. So from my understanding, if you look carefully, the party, from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, was over here. Y'all can see my mouth. Yes, you can see my mouth. Okay, my understanding is that the party was over kind of where the water ended in that area, but so the odd thing for me is that, so if it's over here, what I typically would imagine was she would take I don't even know which route she would take out of there. That's the part that's catching me up. So I'm going to imagine she would come out this way. So I'm wondering if she can, instead of coming out and doing this, she okay. So instead of going this way right here to get out of the campground, she must have turned left, gone around over to here, if this is in fact where she was found, and gone off the boat ramp or gone off over there. I want to get your thoughts really quick. I gotta go back. Thank you. What do you guys think? Do you think that's probably what happened? Let me get this up big for you. You don't need to see my face. There. Okay. So, yep, that's what I think too, Pointer Lover. Oh yeah, thanks, Trisha. Yeah. Um, ah, Saul, you know that area, right? So are you thinking that, I mean, you're very familiar, very, very, very familiar with this area. If you were inebriated and, super drunk and high, do you think she probably was just so dark and she just made that left turn? Because the other thing, though, is, let me see, let me stop this really quick. I got one other thing to share. That's why I wanted to wait. Like, I didn't want to just hop right on and be like, oh my goodness, I have to be first, because I wanted to make sure that I kind of had a little bit of details. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So this is the boat ramp. I got to be honest with y'all. I am shocked that she ever. So what I thought maybe was that she went and flipped off of this right here, like off of it. I'm pretty shocked, to be quite honest and transparent, that she ever made that turn. And maybe she didn't. But I do think, in my opinion, it's safe to say that she went off of that side. Now, I want to go over and look at Steve, the private investigator. He was the one that allegedly had to tell her father. So he just left today. He's been on site for days and just left today. And before he got anywhere really distanced, he was called back. So he has some updates here. And he'll be joining me this week sometime. I am assuming we'll probably push it back, because I would assume he's going to stay extra time now. So I'm very interested to hear. He can't say a lot, but I'm interested to kind of hear his process and whatnot. Yeah. So, okay, I obviously didn't learn because of what just happened, but my parents always told us, I don't care what time of day it is, call us. Yep. That's true, Trisha. And I also thought maybe she was a good kid, right? We know that she just wanted to fit in. So I'm sure people were like, sleep it off. Well, maybe not, because I got to tell you, with friends like she had, you don't need enemies. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say that. But she knew she had a curfew already and probably just didn't want to, like, risk letting her mom down, because she told her mom that she was going to be the designated driver. Allegedly, this is what we've heard, is that she told her mom she was going to be the designated driver. So, ugh. Oh, I am not convinced with a whole heart yet that somebody didn't see something happen, but I'm just not convinced. I think so too, Saul. So we know, based on pictures, that the party was still going on at 4:30. So, look, we've all been 18 years old. We go to the we go to the woods, or we go to do something with our friend. Let's be real, right? We know how kids' brains work. You mean no one went down to the lake? I don't buy it. I don't know. Something's weird. I don't buy it. All right, so I wanted to show you the Twitter. So first, let's go to this. This is an evening flight over Prosser Lake. And we watched a little bit of this other day. But there was a point. Whoops. I don't know where I'm going with this. I mean, it's just so vast. I think, I mean, Adventures with a Purpose would have found her, but I think the reason they found her so quickly was because she was so close to. So my guess is it's right over there. Goodness. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let me make sure it's still showing up for you guys. Okay. Hey, Sally. Have they Punkette? Yeah. That's a good question, Pointer Lover. Punkette, if you find anything, can you tell me? Tell me in chat. I'll just let you up. And you could come up now if you want, but I know you were unpacking, so. Yeah. All right, let's go back to Steve. So here is an update from Steve. He says, today I was at Prosser with the father, which is Kylie's dad, and grandfather. We were discussing her disappearance. We could see Adventures with Purpose not far away. At 2:48, I received a call from DX the Mystery informing me that Kylie was found. I then informed her father, and grandfather that Kylie had been found. We rushed to the site, and the incredible team at Adventures with a Purpose showed me proof she had been located with her vehicle. I know there will be so many questions, but right now I cannot say much. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And I'm so sorry you're gone, Kylie. But here's a couple of photos. You can see Adventures with a Purpose set up. Yeah, so, I mean, based on where law enforcement is, it would seem that's where. Gosh. This breaks my heart. This picture right here. I don't know who it is, but it just makes me really sad because I feel like they're just sitting there like, where could she be? You know? Let's see, AW, hold on. It's just. It really is. I mean, and maybe she didn't get. I don't see how she made that turn. The only thing I can think of is that she didn't, and she just. And as horrible as this sounds, and it sounds pretty horrible, my only hope, excuse me, is that, so look at this. This is where he was frustrated yesterday because no one was there.
Like organized search response, especially from her friends.
Look at, there's no friends there, y'all. This is yesterday.
It appears the majority of them have gone silent. You know, first 7 days, the news cameras were around. They sure were available. They're making all kinds of promises, and they were never going to quit. And we're going to find you, Kylie. And then the news cameras went away. It seems like they went away. Heard one of them say that, well, they just ran out of places to search. What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Whoops.
A forest, literally a forest. You've never run out of places to search.
It's lagging, sorry.
Law enforcement. So sick of them sitting. I thought they did a great response at the beginning. And then back to this, sitting on the data. Everything's, jeopardize the investigation. Show us that the car was even there. Prove that the car was
there. Hey, Beatlemania.
Pop her out of the photo and show us that the car was there to start with. Because another family member I'm talking to, who's the first generation, has not seen anything. So I don't know. The whole effort needs to be picked up. But you know, her friends need to get out here. You know, like she's 16 years old. 16-year-old kid has a family. She's missing. She got left at a party. She went to a party. 4 people we know were in the phone, charging their phone, or were in the car charging their phones.
4 people.
She's gone. She got left there. Responsible for that to a degree. Help search for her. We need.
Wait a minute. Hold on, let me get off this thing. I can't. Oh, huh? Did y'all hear that? That's possible too, Annika. I did. Did anybody else know there was 4 people in the car? Really, Punkette? Punkette, are you able to come up even if you're not seen? Okay, look into something. Wait a minute. How's she found on the other side? Yeah. Yeah, Sandy. But my point with the frustrating part about the 4 people is now we don't just have Sammy in the car. We have okay, thanks, Puckett. You have 2 other people in the car now. They all let her go home. Like, I'm telling y'all, with friends like that, who needs enemies? I think part of me thinks, part of me just think, well, they were crappy friends. They were crappy friends. She was the young one, and I don't know. God bless her mom, because I don't know if it take a lot for me to forgive that. I mean, did they honestly think she was going to sit and sleep it off first of all, even if your friend's going to sleep it off in the woods, are you going to leave her to sleep it off in the woods? All right, Punkette, you ready?
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, so pull up that map again that you had, the Google map.
Okay, hold on. AWP said something that piqued my interest the other day. They said, we can't say who contacted us. Oh, S. Hockett, interesting. Can you pull it up on your thing and share it? Because I can't zoom in on yours. Wow, that is interesting. You know what? That makes me think S. Hockett, because Adventures with a Purpose said for some reason that, yeah, like they had inside. You're right. Oh, that's you. I was like, who else is up here? There you go.
So people are thinking that she's actually found on the other side of where the boat ramp is. Like there's another.
That makes far more sense to me.
Over here in this area.
That makes far, far more sense to me. She just turned left and went straight out into the water.
Yeah. Because I was even watching video, and it looks like the tow truck, came around a turn like that.
But the thing with that is that's even closer to the party than we thought, right?
Yeah. Because based on the volunteer maps and everything, I put the party around over here in this area.
Wow.
So she could have taken this road.
So yeah.
And instead of going this way back to wherever, she probably went this way.
Oh my gosh. And she just had no idea. Pamela, no problems. There was actually, based on what we just heard, allegedly there might have been like 4 people in the car charging their car. So that was different from what I originally heard. Now, I don't know what her phone, if her phone is on her or in that car, that is going to tell, I believe it'll tell a lot. What really got me, hey Salem, is that it kind of choked me up a little bit. I said it to Michelle in our Discord. Like, if her phone pinged by that water, like those were within seconds of her passing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so, yeah, so she would have come right down that street or down
Yeah.
that road.
See, I'm gonna pull up this other map and see.
Yes, thank you. Punkette is a map genius.
Let's see. So 14, depending on where's that road at. See, it doesn't even have it on here. Let's see, hang on, I gotta.
Yeah, it's really hard.
So I'm gonna say maybe over here in this area. So 14th Street is right here in this area.
That makes sense.
Yep, she was right there the entire time.
Wow. That's nuts. And probably because, it was just so close, they didn't even.
Go. Hang on, I lost it. There it is. Yeah, so. Yeah, that sucks.
Wow. It is sad. It is sad. And so I thought Adventures with a Purpose usually towed it out.
Yeah, this was a picture from earlier. I think you already showed this one.
No, yeah, but not like this big. Ugh.
Then I think the buoy is like somewhere over here.
All somebody had to at least do is call her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Or give her a ride home and leave her car. I don't know. Anything.
And then did you see too that people were saying, and I haven't been able to confirm if it was her actual Instagram, but at one point Sammy was saying that it wasn't true, that they didn't find her.
I did see that. Yep, she did put that it wasn't true, they didn't find her, and then she deleted it. So she must have realized, they found her. Yeah, I mean, take her keys. They did find the car. Yep, and they called law enforcement. Take her keys. And the other thing is, allegedly, we know that Sammy said she was too drunk to drive her home. So she went and got a ride with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And just assumed she would sleep it off.
Yep.
And then had the audacity. Yeah. It's maddening. It's just.
Yep.
They haven't said anything about what if others tried to tell her not to. That's possible too, Pamela. I mean, the way Sammy tells it, but I don't believe much of what she's saying right now. S. Hockett, you just hit the nail on the head. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know Unique Trauma Obsessed. They said she had bruises on her arms, but again, then they said she had a scratch on her neck. I did see the scratch, but they were in the woods. And we see what we want. We talked about that. But it was weird to go back over this drone footage and think, okay, her car's in there at this point, when we see drone footage of them going over it. It's just, I don't know. And you know what? Her mom might have been mad for a second, but she just called. So do you think that Sammy ever talked to her at the end? That she ever had a phone call?
I don't think so.
At 12:36.
I don't think so.
Somebody's gonna have to explain to me how Sammy had a phone call at 12:36 because her last ping was at what
12:30.
12:30. So she called her from under the water with her phone shut off. Yeah, exactly, Pamela.
Yep.
So that's a big lie. So
Yeah.
did Sammy ever really talk to her to say, "Are you getting home safe?" No.
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Which is why she could have asked to stay a bit longer. Yeah. So I do know. Oh yeah, they'll definitely do a toxology report. I do know that. Oh, what was I going to say? My brain. I can't remember. Do you guys think that they will? Why can't I even think? Continue on this investigation, or they will just say accidental? Or do you think they'll continue to pursue the kids that might have seen her?
I think it might depend on what the autopsy brings back.
Yeah. Will show she was right. True. True. Oh, here's another question. And this is, yeah, they'll need to rule. Oh, yeah, that's true. They'll need to rule out if it was an accident or foul play. 100%. S. Hockett, nail on the head right there. Something's weird. Am I echoing?
Not to me, no.
Okay, good. I think the weird part is like Steve, who's been boots on the ground, the private investigator, said something is off about this. Something is off. I understand. He said, I understand, right? They've asked people to step, or I don't know that they asked people to step away, but just said, whatever, we're not going to do that much anymore. See, whatever. But he said there was none of her friends, none. And they just, all of a sudden, they got even worse not cooperating with the police. So I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, and multiple sources have confirmed that Sammy and her family did leave California. People were twisting it and saying, well, she didn't move. Well, obviously she didn't move, but yes, she left California. It will be interesting to find out the cause of death.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, Sandy. So here's my other question. And if you need to get down, you can at any time, Punkette, but if not, you're welcome to stay.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I
fine.
just want to keep you hostage.
Oh no, I'm
Keep me
looking up other things too.
Good,
so
yeah, please keep me updated.
All right, yeah,
So,
I'll
Salem,
come back
would
up
they
if
be
I
able
see
to
anything.
tell that? Will they be able to, if she overdosed? Well, yeah, she wouldn't have been able to drive herself into the. Yeah, I mean, they won't get away with it, I don't think. So do you guys think that this will end the conspiracy train right now? It's this nightmare that's going on, not within me, but within Ronnie Gate. I was said that her body should be reasonably. Oh, okay. I just adventured with a purpose. I don't know what it would be like to have to find a young girl. You think so, Trisha? Yeah. The water would not have killed her if it was an overdose. True. That's a solid point, Sally. That's a really solid point. It's alleged that she left because they were getting death threats. But it's also alleged that Sammy organized the party. Oh, time out. Sammy organized a party? If she really organized, she left her own party. She organized a party and then left? Seems weird.
Yeah, I don't think she did.
I know it's been on the conspiracy. It will forever be on the conspiracy. What happened in the last 2 days is disgusting. Punkette said it best. You got two people with some egos that just couldn't let it die. That's crazy, S. Hockett. Although they're only about a half hour or so away from Nevada. True, Annika. Is that I didn't know that was true. So if they're deceased before they go into the water, there will be no water in their lungs. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why I said I was interested to see what the autopsy would say and whether they're going to pursue it further if it's accidental or foul play.
That's right, because Bella Watts, that's why they checked for oil and determined. Okay. It's just, I know, it is weird. It is weird because anyone I've talked to, anyone that went to parties on YouTube, anywhere, people that went to parties said they never, ever left their friends. Did you, Sally? Yeah. You know, S. Hockett, that popped into my brain too. That popped into my brain too because they got the drugs from somewhere. I'm just, my only prayer is that that she didn't know what was going on. She was, I hate to say that, y'all, but I hope she was so drunk maybe she blacked out. Yeah, most likely fetal maniac for sure. Oh, that's a good thought, Caddy, Texas. I didn't think about that. But you know what I think it's safe to say, y'all, is that Ronnie was was not involved. Like, this was probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. This Ronnie situation. And I don't even know all of it, so maybe that's why I don't think it's stupid, but there's a big thing that talking wouldn't be any deal. That's true, S. Hockett. Yep. And you know what I also wondered? So she didn't want to go to the party. You have to remember that. She didn't want to go. She told her mom she didn't want to go, and they convinced her to come. And then they spun the narrative and said that she was all day saying she wanted to get effed up. Well, then we find out, no, she didn't even want to come. She told her mom she didn't want to go. And they convinced her to be the designated driver. I think they were ticked off at her that she was so drunk. You'll never convince me that what's her name? Sammy wasn't jealous, like beyond crazy jealous of Kylie. I mean, she just wanted to go to the car show, and now her mom's got to forever live with that. It's just nuts. But yes, they'll be twisting it out. And some people are like, well, how did they come up with a sex offender just days before she was missing? Well, that's not really that big of a deal, y'all. It is a big deal, but they have to search offenders. So all they do is run a search, and then they go check them and find out that that they're out of violation. So that's what they did. They checked every offender. Oh yeah, so she homeschooled Glenn. To be quite honest, there's been very few real friends come forward that I've seen. But from everybody that knew her, from what I'm hearing, she would have been hard not to be liked. She would have been the girl that's beautiful, 16, graduated early. Everyone wants to be like. I mean, she could have wrecked, however, it still needs to be. Yeah. Is there a pic of road she went off into the water? Yeah, Punkette just showed it. You might not have seen it, Mayhem. We can pop that back up if you want. And why would you want to go to a party when your best friend is going to leave? Exactly, as Hockett. So she goes to this party with her best friend, and she doesn't even want to go to the party. She goes to the party, and her best friend did. Okay, there again, best friend. Now, allegedly, there was a reason the best friend left, but they're not allowed to say yet. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there's more pictures. Sorry, there's more pictures and videos coming out, and it looks like AWP is gone and law enforcement is taking over.
Is there any videos or pictures we need to see?
It's just pictures of tow trucks coming in and
Oh,
everything,
okay.
but nothing too bad. But it looks like, I don't know if they, yeah, I don't think they're part of, bringing the car out.
Okay.
It looks like they just found her, and then law enforcement took it over from there.
Can you show the picture again of the map? Do you have it up still, or do you have
Yep, I have it.
So of the Google Earth for people that just came in? Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, yeah. All right. Did they S-Hawk it? Hey, lovely lady. Hey, Kellyanne. Punkette, can you see the name of the tow company? Glenn's wanting to know. He probably is trying to check it out.
Yep, I
He
can
probably has connections.
find it.
I didn't know that they said that was her plan to leave with her boyfriend. If that's the case, that's, again, really crummy. I know, Yvette. I know, David. I know. I know, you're right. I know. I said that too. I have thought that too, David, is maybe there's just, it's as simple as that. Belly told the cart. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sad situation all around. I don't think it'll be long to get back her cause of death. And I think I do hope that's the case, David, for this horrible situation. I think that would probably be the easiest, but I hope that, if there's an easy.
Glenn, it looks like it's Milne Towing Services.
Milne Towing, Glenn. And they said she didn't drink much. And can you put to where the party was and where she went? Yeah, Punket's got it.
So I think the party was in this area, based on, like I said, volunteer maps that were coming out, and then she was found, we think, somewhere over here based on pictures and everything.
Glenn wants to see the tow truck. You got a picture to pull up?
Yeah, I can. Let me see. Where did I find this on?
Thanks for coming in too, David, and sharing your thoughts. That's a good thought. And I said that on some Facebook page the other day. I said sometimes it's just not a conspiracy, and it's just the simple answer. You don't want to think that it's just as simple, but
All right, there is the tow truck.
yeah. I think so, Beatlemaniac. I think it was all pretty steep. You're true, very true, Asaka. It is sad. This is going to sound like a really bad question, and I'm not going to be graphic about it, but so they bring the cars out. Do they then take her, right? They take her out and then they tow the car away. Like, is that how it works?
It depends. I've seen them just immediately tarp the car and take the car away. I don't know. I think it just depends on how she is and what the medical examiner wants to do.
Oh, okay, Beatlemaniac. Yeah, I just wondered. Were you just asking that, Sandy? Oh, I missed it completely. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys all said it. If Adventures with a Purpose was going to find her, if she was there, and all of us for a majority, had a hunch she was in there. Okay, Caddy, Texas. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Beatlemania. That makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm not gonna do it. So I was gonna do Jalissa tonight as well. That's the company they would use for this. Okay, so I am not gonna do her out of craziness. It's tonight, but I will start on Jalissa tomorrow some too, and we'll touch on Kylie as the details come in. But Susan Smith's boys left in the car when they were towed. I don't know. Oh, okay. Wow. See, David, I actually know a case of a teen girl who went to the party with the boys and friends she got from. Oh man, David, that is horrible. I am so sorry. Oh, that is so sorry. I am so sorry about that. That is. She went under. She just never came up, David. Like they didn't. Oh, it's so sad. Wow. It's crazy. But so I'm not gonna do a long live tonight. Like I like talking about theories and stuff. I just don't want to also be like, I don't know. I just want to let the details come in. To the car, they'll transport the body. Okay. Thanks, Saul. He knows his stuff. Glenn knows his stuff. So. Yeah. I can't imagine. Yeah. If you didn't hear what David said, I mean, this kind of stuff breaks a parent's heart, and it will. Kylie, and that's why I want to be careful because it will Kylie's mom. Not only you're dealing with your daughter's passing, and after this horrific search for the last 2 weeks, but you're also dealing with the fact that she didn't call or somebody didn't call for help.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in a coroner's office. An autopsy will be done if she has water in her lungs and no pierce marks. Okay. Really?
Hey Parker, there's live video of the area.
Oh, you want to show it?
Yeah. Let me pull it up on my Twitter, then I'll show it.
No, Salem, you're fine. That's so cool, Bookworm. I would love to pick your brain sometime on some of these cases.
Let me make sure it's still on.
Yeah, Beatlemania, close friends. That's true too, Sandy. That's the other thing you have to prove. Yeah. All right, here we go. Pumpkin's got this up for me.
I don't think there's any audio.
That's okay. That's where it was then, where she got pulled out. Yeah, so that's not the boat ramp. That is where you showed us then.
Yeah, where that, you guys see that red buoy? I think that's where the car's at.
Really? Wow, she was close. I really need to talk to somebody in law enforcement to find out, like, what do they have as far as sonar and stuff. I mean, well, if she didn't go off the boat, so if she, oh gosh, S. Hockett, I said that too. Like, it's one thing to find anybody, but to find a kid, I just can't imagine it. Wow. Yeah, so I guess because it's so large, I guess that would be why I don't know how they could find it. Remember that video where somebody said that they thought they saw her car in the water? You got to wonder if they really did. No, you're good, Glenn. No, saw. Did they, Glenn? Okay, because they did say they had like lots of tips, reaching out to them, asking them to come. But then AWP said they were working very closely with law enforcement. So, at least they knew they were in over their head. They didn't have what they needed. I know, Sally. I mean, I had never watched Adventures with a Purpose before. This is my first experience with them, and the amount of time that they found her is insane.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too, Glenn. Is this live? Yeah, it's live.
Yep.
That's true, S. Hockey. And we also have to remember that, Glenn, how far is this from like Fresno and that area? Yeah, so do I, Sandy. I think they had a pretty good feeling she was in the water. Yeah. Because they had the couple they had to find, but then there's another girl missing that we're going to talk about, Jalissa, in California, in the Fresno area, disappeared. Oh, for sure, Sally. Hey, Just Carrie. Yeah, S. Hockett, I think my respect will always be to them because it is not an easy job to find people. Well, do they typically? Yeah, so they found people before, but I'm telling you, kids. Oh,
Yeah, that has to be the area, the second area that I thought, because it doesn't look like they're coming straight down a road to
yeah.
a boat ramp. They're coming through like dirt.
So water did. Is it Annika? Okay. Well, because AWP is going to Jalissa next. So Jalissa was disappeared from her car, basically. Okay, so yeah, and been missing for a while. Well, she went missing August 7th. So water will kill the phone, but I think they'll still be able to get data off of it. I hope. I do know that what did they just get? They extracted data from the towers or something. I guess probably to see who was in the area. Yeah, I mean, hats off to Adventures with a Purpose. And they're not like paid, right? It's basically YouTube paid.
Yeah. I think they run on donations and stuff.
Wow. This is crazy. Well, this is live. Let's watch this for a second. The phone will have data. Yeah, I thought as long as it's because, like, remember, Alexis, they're collecting enough of her phone just to piece it back together to pull the data off of. So all it's got to be is somewhat together. Let's just hope it's in the car. If not, they probably have a pretty good idea, but. Wow, S. Hockett. So, Sandy, my understanding, actually, probably, but there was something they do with it that's super cool, and I can't remember. They don't keep it; they give it to somebody. I forgot what it was, but it was really cool what they do when they get reward money. Yeah, well, Beatlemaniac, the next case will be Jalissa, the one we're about to cover. They don't accept it beautifully broken? Thank you. Okay.
Oh,
Give
I
it to
think
the family, Beatlemaniac. That's right.
I think that was it. It just ended.
Yes. Okay. Get rewards, but they will give it to us. Wow, awesome. Well, we all just need to praise them, and that's really awesome, JDR. That's so cool. I don't know. I'm a big fan now. I think they're amazing. So let's hope that it dies down, these conspiracies for tonight. But all right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off of that. This Punkette, as usual, you're amazing.
No problem.
For my geological map friend here. Hope someone donates. Yeah, yeah. So prayers again from all of our little community here to Kylie's family and friends that, you know, it's not a good ending to the situation, but hopefully we'll have, you know, I think once everything comes back with her, there'll be some more closure to it all. And
Mhm.
try
Yep.
not to engage too much in conspiracies, y'all, because I'm trying to remember the family sees these. So, all right, y'all. Thanks so much, guys. Have an awesome night. Again, Punkette, love you.
Love you
Thanks.
too. You're welcome. All right.